And that's how you start a video.
Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason and welcome to Retro VHS. Today's one's a bit of a weird one actually, because it's going to be a Retro VHS / review rant random, plus the new school of Retro VHS. So the movie is Without a Paddle. What was really cool about this is the feature commentary has the cast sitting down reminiscing. It's really good, and a separate commentary by the director. And what's mind blowing about this film, it's all set in fucking New Zealand. No, it's all filmed in New Zealand, but set in America. And it's just fucking crazy, some of the stories now. I didn't know this, and I've just come back from New Zealand, and I put it on and I started listening to the comedy, and I was like, fuck me, it's all set in New Zealand. You totally think it's the backwards of America. So the story is 4 best friends in school, who are all played by Kiwis, basically unfortunately reunite years later, minus one at one of their funerals. They've all went their own walks of life. One's a doctor, one's a bit of a drifter, the other one's really having commitment issues. And because of their friend passing away, they get together, find out in their old tree house that a friend had spent a lot of time working on the DB Cooper about his money, and this is where it would have been. So they decide to go on a mission, and it's just so funny. You've got Bart the Bear in there, Seth Green just hits it home, Dax Shepard's great, Matthew Lillard. It's a brilliant threesome of actors in it. There's some great stunts in it. You can tell that I've had a lot of laughs going off the comedy as well. It looks like, you know, a lot of the stuff was improv, but also cut. They're like, I mean, there's a scene. I mean, it's a 12. It shouldn't be a 12. They should have just went for that 15. The bit where the flares go off and set all the cannabis off and everyone's hallucinating. They could have went a lot more with that. There's just some really funny bits in it, and I think it could have just been done. But I also had this on Big Vox VHS, Big Vox, and it's a sample one actually. So now, what's really weird about the front cover? Matthew Lillard, Seth Green, Dax Shepard. Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, Dax Shepard. The fucking names are the wrong way around. Dax is fine, but Matthew Lillard and Seth Green, it's just like, well, it's that whole who's stand in front, who's first build. It's like, come on. Wacky wilderness comedy. For the call of the wild, the thrill of the adventure, the mistake of a lifetime. Great front cover. I absolutely love that front cover. It's exactly what it is. It's a great trilogy. No top header either. So it's sample written across. So this is one of the ones you would get sent out. You just said you want to stock this. So 101 minutes. So yeah, that's a sample case. There's, honestly, it's just black. I mean, for fuck me. Look at that. I mean, that's fucking, what a waste of ink. I mean, fair enough, it's sample paper and all that kind of shit and jazz, but you know, normally you get like how much per unit when it's released, any positive feedback, the budget, you know, it's gross. But no, it's an awesome fucking movie though, Without a Paddle. I've had that a very long time. I didn't even realise it was a sample till I pulled it out. But in the outtakes, we're going to have a look for additional covers. But if you've never seen it, it's amazing. It should have been a 15, as I say, just a little bit F-bombs here, especially running around a field of cannabis. There's even a bit, man, where they've got the laser sighting and the guy jumps out and he starts doing an Indian voice and doing a dance, and you think, fucking hell, you've tiptoeing around a few things, but that's kind of like, oh, it's quite good. But just seeing outtakes. Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason and welcome to Retro VHS. I don't know where I was going. I was going somewhere with that. Today is out. I'm just going to start this again. Fuck me, put this in the outtakes, please. Like, where am I going? Without a fucking clue should be called this one. Okay, so here in the outtakes, there is an alternative one. I don't know how well that picture is going to be received. Oh shit, there was a sequel. Nature Calling. So there was a sequel. We're not talking about sequels though. So the cover across the entire world looks exactly the same. The lad's standing in a boat in underwater. The tagline, Without a Paddle. I mean, Christ, the sequel got a recent Blu-ray. There was a poster, film poster with a couple of stills at the bottom, so unfortunately I'm not wiping the side of the screen down this time. The quad poster though, let's have a look at that quad poster. Yeah, the quad poster, it's just, you know, it's completely different, but again, I'm not going to be over this because it's really bad pixelated, but it's like Seth Green, them all hanging off of like a rope. What doesn't happen, it's not a really good poster that, but Unfortunately, this retro VHS meant to be a new one. It's a bit of a hybrid to review Rant Random. I've just done one for Good Neighbour, but normally I like to look at the older movies, and fuck me, that is for sale as well. Oh, I might have to buy that. Eee. I might have to buy that. Right, see you next. This is the outtake. Goodbye for now. Hello, it's not over yet. Okay, so we've got a paddle. Love it. Nature calls. So this is, I brought this all the way back from New Zealand. It's one of my New Zealand ones. I left loads in New Zealand and I brought this back, and it's pretty weird actually, because it's a rental DVD and it's got this weird hard ass like built-in red tag going down with it. I was looking for this Johnny Knoxville along with Patton Watt, Rob Riggle and Pat Reese O'Neill. This guy right here, it's a man thing, is married to the lass from Dream Little Dream, Meredith. Like, wow. He's also in Justified. It's pretty cool. There's a skunk and a raccoon. There is no skunk and raccoon in this movie. It was really disappointing. Honestly, I'm editing in the background and I've there's a lot of F-bombs around kids. Basically, Johnny Knoxville, his brother, comes up to pick up his kids. They want to go camping. They take the dad and they go into these woods, and there's a girl riding around on a motorbike naked who turns up the end with the kids naked. There's just a lot of F-bombing between kids, but it's basically one brother takes his kid and his friends camping because he's a fucking crazy camper guy and wants to be in the Scouts. That's the storyline of the movie. A lot of F-bombs. There's a funny bit where Johnny Knoxville's got a Bluetooth thing burnt into his head. But apart from that, I was like, wow, this is borderline. Boop. Now, there's one funny thing at the very end when I'm looking for alternative posters for Without a Paddle, and I ended up on this website. Google search. Oh, look at that. Now, the thing is, that night, I ended up spending £40 on that website. So expect a video down the line of some posters coming. Random posters, really good website. Can't even remember what the website's called. Let's walk across here, get my phone. Let's have a look. I'll just quickly check Carl because I was... pastposters.com. Literally spent ages on there, back and forth for Brittany. This one, I was getting, no, I was a budgeting. So it didn't end up buying Without a Paddle, but I ended up buying about 6 posters. So the guy posted them yesterday night. So they're due, but it's a bank holiday weekend, so yeah. This is Without a Paddle, retro VHS. I love the film, unfortunately. Even funny enough, in the background, I'm watching Idle Hands, and you can see Seth Green, who's also in it. So yeah, fucking making these videos weird as fucking lockdown, but yeah, Without a Paddle is amazing. Nature Calls, it's all the way from New Zealand. It's never been released over here that I know, so it was a bit of a disappointment. It was a bit of a letdown. But I've brought it all the way back from New Zealand. It lives in the collection now, but at least it gets some shout out. Right, I need to literally put this at the end of the video, and I'll say goodbye for now.
And now, the end is here.